FuzzJockRadio International Conglomeration Enterprises in association with FuzzJockRadio Productions does not endorse, approve, or have insider knowledge about sports, sports betting, or any beneficial knowledge whatsoever. FuzzJock cannot be held responsible for personal decisions made up to and including sports betting, alcoholism, pregnancy, and or stock choices. Listening to FuzzJock Radio has been found to cause cancer in the state of California. Side effects include mood swings, hot flashes, cold flashes, and dizziness. If listening to FuzzJock Radio for more than 4 hours, please consult with a mortician. FuzzJock Radio is proudly produced by prison labor in the People's Republic of Transnistria.
Отправьте помощь, оказавшись в ловушке в студии подкастов.
FuzzJock Radio.
In 2018, 2019, I was at the lowest point of my life.
The nerves is where it's at.
My addiction was in full force. I didn't leave my apartment. I was drinking all day from sun up to sundown, and I never thought that I'd be back in professional wrestling. I thought that I was just going to keep existing a miserable existence like I was, staring out my apartment window at the sun setting every day as I just drank myself to death. And, I guess the light bulb went off, and I think wrestling was a big part of how I got sober. There came a moment where I actually believed if I got back on track, I could make it back into the world of professional wrestling and make it to the top of the world of professional wrestling. And I really believe that in my heart. I know a lot of people, they say things like, I believe I'm going to be the man, or I believe I'm going to be the world champion, but you could tell when you look in their eyes, they don't actually believe it. I really believed it. I thought if I can get back on track, I am going to make it back to the top of professional wrestling. And now I'm AEW World Tag Team Champion, sitting at this table as a one of the top guys in AEW, and I would say that that's the top of the professional wrestling world. So I did exactly what I thought I would do.
Yeah, that's Big Bill. Good for Big Bill. He over the last weekend, Big Bill retained the tag belt, right? Okay, thank you, audience. Let's calm down. Yep, J-Miz is here.
Hello.
And C-Dubs is here as well.
I'm here.
And,
we're all here.
And we have a Hest here as well. We have Professional Mike.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going well. Thanks for having me.
We have Professional Mike with us as a Professional Hest. They've been here before 2 years ago. They're back to make sure that we are doing our due diligence of making sure that this radio show is going as well as possible, right? That's the thing.
I am taking copious notes and assessing along the way, so have to make sure you're professional.
Professional all the way.
The fact that we had a delay of podcast, that doesn't count against us, right?
You'll have to wait and see in the final report, but
oh boy. Okay.
I'm excited.
Are you, J-Miz?
Yeah.
So just it's kind of hard to start off a show with such a cold open like that, right? Is that what that's called, a cold open, C-Dubs? You're out in LA, you know those things, right?
Kinda. It kinda would have been a cold open if we wouldn't have played the music.
Oh, okay. It would have been just the audio.
Yeah.
Just talking.
So I just want to first just mention that the AEW, the wrestling company, had a pay-per-view last weekend, and the voice that you heard was Big Bill of the tag team partnership with Ricky Starks, and they had a big match, and they retained the belts. And as you heard, Big Bill dealt with alcoholic addiction. He was alcoholic, I suppose you'd say, and he was able to combat that and become the tag team champion. And I don't know where I'm going with this other than that.
Well, I mean, even more impressive, he almost died from it. He almost died and came back to bring himself to the peak of where he is now. So that's amazing.
And I just want to say, we're not an anonymous, Alcoholic Anonymous podcast. However, if you feel that you're struggling with an alcohol addiction or drug addiction or anything, feel free to contact me. I'm sure any of us on this podcast would be willing to talk to anybody that needs it. But there is hope, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
It's got to reach out.
I am an example of that. James is an example of that. C-Dubs is an example of that.
Mm-hmm.
Big Bill obviously is an example of that. And, in my mind, people always tell me that I'm special and I should, to be able to combat an addiction like I did. I would like to say that I'm not, because I think that everybody has a chance and has hope to be able to combat that addiction. If you're willing to try and do the work. But
so I have a question as a non-AEW guy.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, there's a script. It's choreographed. It's professional wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is this common where they kind of interweave someone's actual personal life with the character? Because I'm assuming this is a real thing he dealt with, right?
Yeah. Yep. So this is more of so the Attitude Era was the start of them doing that any amount, like when we would have been watching when we were younger. But since probably the mid 2000s to late 2000s, thanks to so many other wrestling promotions, people just are being real. Like, there's a guy in AEW named Eddie Kingston. I mean, I believe everything that guy says, and I think he believes it too. Mm-hmm. Like, he's just a real person. Like, so they've blended that instead of it being full characters. There are still full characters, but they've blended a lot of reality into wrestling since the last 20 years.
And with social media, that allows that blending of that because the wrestlers are a lot more approachable.
Sure.
With social media being around, that they are, they're there.
And I suppose they can actually be people on social media, right? They don't have to have two separate accounts. It's like, this is who I am, and this is also my character. Do you guys like that as fans? I mean, the fact that there's more reality?
I love it because then they are real. And also, everyone knows kayfabe now. So, I mean, it's not like it's a secret.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't know. Do you know what kayfabe means?
No.
It's in the dictionary.
Kayfabe is the fiction world of wrestling.
Gotcha. So like if
wrestling
it's kayfabe,
canon, it's fake. If it's a shoot, it's real.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. Anyway, how was our weeks?
So no. I just once again, if you are out there struggling with addiction, and you feel that you would like to try to conquer that addiction, reach out. There's a lot of different programs out there that can help you, and you're not alone. There's a lot of people that have been through it and are willing to be there for you. And with that, let's start our show.
Okay.
My name is Fuzzy. I'm one of your Hests.
Hey, Fuzzy.
I'm here all the way in southern Minnesota with a microphone. For some reason, sounds really weird to me, but I guess it's fine.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We also have a Hest all the way out in California, and their name is
C-Dubs.
And we have a Hest all the way in southern Minnesota again, and their name is
J-Mez.
And then we have
me.
We have another one here.
I'm J-Mez.
Professional special Hest.
Special.
Micah. Hello.
Micah. And we're FuzzJockRadio. We are once again, not addiction podcast. We are a sports podcast that likes to talk about
the sportsinist,
all the sports and stuff. Do we want to just get into it? Should we just get into it, guys? How was your week, Micah? For the last 2 years,
yes,
you haven't been
all
here.
your weeks.
Where have you been? How have you been? What's going on, and how professional are we so far?
You're doing well. So 104 weeks to recap.
That's correct.
If my math is
I
right.
did the math.
Boy. I've welcomed another daughter. So got 2 of those. I think we're done now.
Beautiful.
I've been running races, both Spartan and trail and other obstacle course racing, playing lots of hockey and working. I mean, nothing too exciting aside from the new child, but still pursuing some athletic goals and trying to have fun along the way.
Congratulations on the new baby, bringing
Thank
a new human into this world.
Yes, a little bit scary given the state of the world, but hopefully things will turn around and she can help be part of that change.
Is the state of the world really bad again?
I would say so.
Is it? Do you think it? Well, we're not a
State of the World podcast.
apocalypse podcast. I was going to say apocalypse podcast, not State of the World.
Oh,
Apocalypse podcast. But
well, actually, I think we are apocalypse podcast. We do talk about the
sports
four-horse
apocalypse.
mascots of the apocalypse all the time. So
oh yeah, that's right. We do. Since you've been here, we realized that the 4 mascots of the apocalypse are Philly related.
Ooh,
And
that makes sense to me.
right, that's one of
if
them.
they all win a championship, it's over.
Who's left? The Phillies have.
We'll have to do it all at once.
They have to do
Oh,
it all
okay.
in 1 year. Yeah. And if
They almost did that the other year.
I just want to make this joke again, if the Vikings win the Super Bowl this year, it took a rocket scientist. I just want to make sure that I'm the first one to make that joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
Insert
be the
rim
second
shot
one
here.
too, because I said like the rocket scientist after you did, and that's 2 now.
Yeah, there you go. JMS, how was your week?
So
You're in studio tonight.
yeah, it's great to be back in studio. I've missed it, and looking forward to this.
Keep doxing him.
Oh yeah, shoot.
I mean, I'm on the moon. No,
Yeah.
no, it's been all right. I just been trying to do a lot of grounding work.
Okay. What's like electrical
Well,
grounding?
no, like personal grounding.
Touching grass? Is that part of it?
It can be,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
But no, just having a lot of adjustments always in my life, and always having new schedules, and things change, things happen. So I'm perpetually always in these like periods of adjustment. So when I need to like ground myself and be like, everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm fine.
Yeah. And you go, I'm fine.
Everything else is not.
It's
but-
like, and then there's fire all around you.
yeah.
And you're sipping your coffee.
So I just gotta be fine.
This is fine.
Yeah.
C-Dubs, how was your week? How's it going? What's going on? What do
It was
you
good.
know?
I just got back from New York a few days
Whoa.
ago. Went to a musical, saw Spam a lot at the premiere. That was really
Cool.
fun.
How
Walked the red
much
carpet.
spam was it?
It was
A lot.
Actually, it was a ton of spam. There was.
should
a
be
ton of
called
spam. A lot,
Spamaton?
like a lot. Yeah, like there was a lot.
Yeah, someone should tell the author. Call it Spamaton instead, because it's
Spamaton.
more a ton of spam than a lot of
Spam-a-ton,
spam.
Spam a lot. No, I get it.
Maybe that
I get it.
Olympian we know can help us.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Can we? I would
Yeah.
like that Olympian to show up again. See if they got another record. I mean, it took 2 years to get professional Micah back on to check this out, but
Hey, I wasn't asked until a week ago?
yeah.
And how long did it take?
It actually-
maybe less than a week.
It took you to ask me. I think you asked me.
No.
Oh, no,
I was
asked you.
here. I was here on Friday, Saturday, whatever it was, Friday, and you said, "Oh, we got to have you on the show again."
Oh yeah, that's right. That's how it worked.
And here I am.
Was
it's
that
Monday.
Do you think that was
Easy.
professional?
Very professional.
Okay, cool.
Easy.
Yeah, oh, that was a quick turnaround.
Yes,
that's what they
very
would
quick
say in the
turnaround.
professional world.
Uh-huh.
A quick turnaround. That's one of those terms, those business terms, James. A quick turnaround. With that,
Like the hokey pokey.
yeah, with that, we'll have a
Yep.
quick turnaround of let's do the roulette and see what topic we have coming up, huh?
Let's do it.
Nobody asked about my week.
I did in my mind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell anybody. It's fine. I think it was Halloween last week or something.
Moxley for the table. Fine first through the table. Spirit for the table. Powerbomb through the table. Bill Driver for the table. Powerbomb for the table. Electric through the table. God, 3 tables. Not a glass coffee table. Through the table. God, driven through the table. Head shifted through the table. Powerbomb through the table. Like drop through the table. Almost through the massage table. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Wrestling. It sounds like the roulette.
Remember the
picked up.
flaming table?
Yeah,
It's been so many tables
dude,
throughout our lifetime.
Micah, there's this dude named Cody Rhodes, and who is it? Andrade Alito. Is that who?
Yeah. Andrade El Idolo.
and Cody Rhodes had a table match, and they lit one of the tables on fire, and then they went up to the top of the turnbuckle, like the third, like they have 3 ropes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
The third rope, top of the third rope.
Yep.
And slammed him, Cody Rhodes, into the table back first. And holy shit, he had fire on his back. Like shoot. You know what shoot means in wrestling?
Well, you guys just mentioned that's real.
Yeah.
And
yes.
K-Fab is fake?
Kayfabe, yeah.
Kayfabe.
Yeah.
See, I'm getting there.
Shoot, he had fire on him. And it was wild.
Yeah, the table wasn't burning long enough, so it melted to like a little piece of it was like on him for a second there, and they had to like knock it off him.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
wild. It was
Horrific
gross.
burns for a few days.
Yeah, and he had
I would
like,
imagine.
weeks, big scratches on his back and stuff. But we're not talking
He's
about
such
the
a
table match.
badass.
Yeah, he is. We're not
Remember when he
talking
wrestled with the fucking torn shoulder or
But we're
whatever?
not. Yeah, he had
Sorry.
a torn
so cool.
like bicep where.
Or that's what
like,
it was, yeah.
Bicep muscle, like you're a professional.
Pectoral.
Yeah, pectoral
Yeah.
muscle,
Pectoral.
and like it was red, like all like bruised all over his whole.
They made a figurine of that. That's how
Really?
iconic that was.
Wow.
And that was only like last year.
Yeah, that was pretty epic.
There was no makeup to doctor it up. It was actually that bad.
No, he
It
was
was bad,
legit. He
bad,
tore it
yeah.
that morning working out for the fucking event, and he still wrestled
You
it.
could tell he tried to bronze over it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he tried making it less than what it was.
yeah. But we're not talking about
No,
Cody
not
Rhodes.
talking Cody.
Yeah.
Rhodes.
I want him to be my friend.
AEW had a pay-per-view this last weekend. It was for Forbidden Door out in L.A.
Full gear.
No,
No, full
Full
gear
Gear.
out in L.A. C-Dubs was not in town, so they did not go to it. I was not around, so I did not stream it. And there's a lot of people that haven't seen it yet that's in our group that might be listening. So we're not going to do any spoilers,
Yeah.
right?
no spoilers.
So
Who knows
fresh
how it
takes.
went?
Should we call that the wrestling talk, or do we have anything that we really want?
Well, let's put a pin in Full Gear specifically.
Full gear specifically.
Put a pin in it.
How about oh, I know.
What's that?
Taylor Swift is in WWE or AEW news. WWE. What am I talking about?
What?
Taylor Swift in AEW.
AEW.
She's
Well-
all sports.
Not specifically. So
This proves it. She's all sports.
AEW last year went to Wembley Stadium out in you know what Wembley Stadium is?
I do.
And they
That
sold
was
it.
this year.
That was this year, actually. I'm sorry. And they sold it out, which was like, what, 80,000 people?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a
over
big deal. It was
80,000.
I was
record-breaking.
gonna say
They
I'm
had
pretty sure they seat 80.
80 over 80,000 people went to this event. It was a world record-breaking attendance for pro wrestling ever. And they're going to do it again. And we found out during the news scrum of the pay-per-view that Taylor Swift is booked the week before AEW's Wembley Stadium next year,
Whoa.
which is big. That's big news. And then they came to Taylor Swift went to Tony Khan and is like, Tony Khan, I would like to have a couple extra dates, but you have your load in for the pay-per-view. Is there any chance that I can get you to get your schedule to move up a little bit so I can have a couple more dates? And Tony Khan's like, well, it is going to cost me a lot of money, but we can do that for you, Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So because of AEW, Wembley Stadium is going to have like 5 or 6 more dates of a Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Macaroni.
Isn't that awesome? And it's going to come out of Tony Khan's pocketbook. He mentioned that a couple times, that it's going to cost him a lot, but the Swifties are worth it.
He is a great, I like him so much. He
I wanna
doesn't
be my
care
friend.
about profit. He just cares about people being happy.
He did mention karma. Like, this would be good for karma. He said that. He did say that. So There is that. It's
So
not
this is
too
a
selfless,
straight up altruistic move.
Yeah,
Is what you're telling me.
100%.
No ulterior motive.
No ulterior motive. Taylor Swift's like, hey, I'd like to have a couple more dates. Tony Khan, what do you think? And Tony Khan's like, it's going to cost me a bunch, but yeah, we can do it. He trusts his team.
It's weird. So I don't know if you know much about Tony Khan, Micah. He's the son of the owner of the Jaguars.
Oh, okay. I do not know anything about him, but yeah, Shad,
okay,
is that
well,
his dad's name?
Yes.
Shad? Yeah.
And so Tony literally started this company because a handful of wrestlers wanted there to be a different league of wrestling, but of course couldn't fund it. And he was like, well, I really like wrestling. How about we just work together on this? And that's why it's called All Elite Wrestling, is because the people whose idea it was were called the Elite. So he didn't even put his name in the company that he owns.
Wow.
And then he saw another company going out of business and he bought it. He was like, oh, Ring of Honor is going to disappear and it has this giant legacy of like wonderful wrestling and all that. Yeah, no, that's not going to go away. I'm going to buy it and keep it going. And so he's got 2 leagues of wrestling he fucking owns and runs.
Yeah.
And
This ROH, the company he's talking about, was seriously, after the pandemic, on the brink of going out of business, and all these wrestlers were going to have no job. These announcers and all the ring people were going to be out of a job. And yeah, Tony Khan saw that there's, a lot of people that really liked that business and liked working for that business. So he went ahead and bought it and kept everybody has a job.
That's awesome. I mean, it's great to see people with a lot of money doing good things with it, but it's also easier to do when you have a lot of money, right? Making that
that's
decision.
true.
That's very true. And, he does get something out of it. He gets the whole history of ROH under his belt to use for his own trademarks and use or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But this dude, he's a fan of wrestling before a business person. And he's not just... Like, there's other companies out there in the pro wrestling that did the same thing. Like, they bought up other companies. Companies like WCW was bought up by WWE specifically.
Yeah.
And a lot of that footage is never going to be seen again. Like, that history is just gone because they're like,
if he doesn't care about it, it's buried.
If it's not WWF and it's not WWE, we don't care. Yeah, and so it's cool to see somebody with that, all that money.
Well, even when he bought
WCW,
WCW, he then started an invasion angle where he buried the X company and then removed all of the titles, names, and just was like, this is not a thing anymore. Fuck that shit. Tony has ROH and AEW separated and is not trying to compete them. He's just trying to let them both exist. And in fact, if anything, he's having people wrestle on both instead of trying to bury one. It's pretty
cool.
It's very neat to see because this has never happened. Like, no one has ever done this.
Yeah.
Most people in wrestling are like carnies. They're like trying just to trick you to get more money, and that's not Tony's deal.
And what's really awesome about, when we talk about this quite a bit with AEW and Tony, is that the owner, Tony Khan, is that he allows his wrestlers to wrestle for other independent companies. Like, being All Elite and being part of AEW doesn't dictate that you can't wrestle anywhere else. You can wrestle anywhere else. You can take your character and use your character, and then also bring in independent wrestlers into the program and let them wrestle. They trade belts between different companies. Like, there's somebody that
There's a new one coming up. They're
cool.
going to do a triple belt.
It's pretty cool. And like Big Bill was saying, I know that AEW coming around has helped me with my sobriety because it has something to do and something to watch and something that's very wholesome, and that's something that AEW has been very like family friendly first, as in helping each other out. You can tell that the wrestlers are there for each other, like in real life. There's a lot of stories that are starting to come out that before AEW they were drinking too much or they were taking too many pills or whatever, and here they are so they obviously have a good support system in the background because there's multiple wrestlers coming out saying I'm sober now, and it's sticking, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
And
Big
then,
Bill is not
I mean,
the only
even-
story of that sort of success.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it does showcase the support structure there, 100%.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool to have a company be progressive like that and be there.
I mean, they
for
even let one of their biggest stars go to rehab and helped him through it in a major run he was having. John Moxley was like their top star at the time, and he needed help, and they were like, "Go get it instantly. Go get help. We're not even going to bat an eye at this. All your storylines, whatever, doesn't matter. Go to rehab and take care of yourself."
Mm-hmm.
And he's still one of their top stars. And it was just amazing to see them be like, yeah, fuck that. Why would we fuck up anything for your life? Like, let's just go take care of yourself. That is also the other thing I like about AEW. They allow wrestlers to have control of their characters and stories. They don't have writers who tell them what to do. They make those decisions. Tony only decides who wins and loses. That's the only thing he decides.
It's awesome.
It's neat.
Everyone should watch it forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Forever.
Everybody should support.
Fight forever.
Yeah, it's fun. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Do it. Roll that or spin that wheel.
Spin it around. Quick turnaround.
Baseball is fun again in
Yeah, baseball.
That was
right?
That was the most professional topic sounder that I have ever had. That I've ever experienced. Football
Is
Monday Night Football just
much
got done.
like
That's what
baseball
everybody's here to talk
is
about.
fun.
Yes, it is fun. Baseball is fun again. Do you want to talk
And-
about baseball instead? Since I messed up there.
No, it's football time, but
I mean,
I just
we
wanted
can
to make the
talk-
comparison that
talk
football.
we can talk about baseball if you want to talk about baseball.
No, football is fun, like baseball.
It is. Both of them.
That's
are.
I'm just making that. No,
Micah,
Yes,
how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
What do you know about football?
What do I know about football?
Monday Night Football just got done.
It did. I watched part of the game.
Are you happy with the results?
I'm mostly indifferent, but I'm not a huge Philadelphia Eagles fan. So,
Ooh, one of the apocalypse
yeah.
teams.
Yep, exactly. You're telling me about that before, and it's all making sense now. But, yeah, the fact that they came back and won 21-17 against the Chiefs when the part of the game that I saw, the Eagles couldn't do anything. And
Oh, it was terrible at the beginning.
yeah. And so by the time I drove over here and looked at my phone again, they had come back and won. So a little surprising, kind of like yesterday's Sunday night football game with our very own Minnesota Vikings.
Yes.
Yeah, the good lead in. The Vikings did lose yesterday.
Professional.
To the there you go. To the Broncos 21-20. Looked like the Vikings were going to come back with their rocket scientist, but the rocket petered out a little bit.
It did indeed. Yeah, they were really in control of that game for really the first half. It looked like, coming into the second half, I guess, because it was 10-9 if I'm remembering correctly at halftime. But they came out, scored one, and Denver couldn't do anything offensively. Then they get kind of a lobbed up half Hail Mary pass to the back of the end zone, and their receiver ended up with it. Only about a minute left, and, say what you will. I know they're polar opposites on the Kirk Cousins side of things, but Kirk Cousins is in a much better position to take the team down with 1:20 left and at least get a field goal. A field goal would have won it.
The field goal
Dobbs
would have won
didn't
it.
quite have it, but that doesn't take away from the fact that he's been a pretty fun story the last few weeks.
Yeah, he has been.
It's so close though. Too.
So close. I can't
So
wait.
close.
I just can't wait for them to win the Super Bowl this year, so I can say the joke.
Took the Rockets, and then I'll say it after you.
Are you into that fantasy football stuff?
I am, and I'm sad to report that our very own C-Dubs defeated me in fantasy football.
This past week?
Yeah, just
this past
it was
week.
the
Just
deal
right now,
was
today.
sealed tonight.
I didn't even bring that up because I knew that.
Yeah.
I'm just. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm in 2 leagues and I'm having kind of a bad season, but at the same time, I'm not one of those people who's gonna dwell on it. I don't do a bunch of research before the season. It's
Yeah,
fun to do. It's
okay.
fun to talk crap
One
with
of
your friends,
those,
but
one of those guys. Huh?
yeah, I'm not gonna throw on the nerd
What do they
glasses.
call him? A cool guy?
Cool guy.
Yeah, cool
Yeah.
guy.
You've taken my position normally from the or in the league.
Well, I mean, it's still fun, but I don't have time to.
Oh yeah, no,
you
but
know.
I'm saying like I'm for some reason at the top. I don't know how that happened, and you're down at the bottom.
Oh yes, in that regard, absolutely. You're having a resurgent
It's
season.
like never, yeah.
Although I think a few years ago you were like 9-4.
I got to the game before the championships, but I did it all based off a giant trade I made, and then both those players went down, so it didn't matter. So, and the only reason I did it was because I traded for Lamar and Cook at the same time, and so had I not done that, I don't think I would have gone that far.
Hey, that's part of it though, making those trades.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
gotta
made
do
that.
it.
I made that.
You gotta
thing
do it,
happen.
right, James? You gotta do it.
I might. No.
No, you
about
don't gotta
that.
do it.
No, I don't know.
No.
You might.
know, I don't know that I know about it. Is all I'm saying.
Guys, I think the corporate league is going bankrupt,
Uh-oh.
Oh,
at least morally.
Uh-oh.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been that way for a while.
Yeah. I don't know. Should we?
spin that wheel.
Is that all we have for football talk tonight, guys?
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah, the Vikings hurt my heart.
Good luck, what?
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck at football.
Good luck at football.
Good luck, football. Good luck out there.
We don't want to make any statements for people to take our word and then make bets. Yeah.
Baseball is
That's
fun
smart.
again in Minnesota.
Okay, baseball is fun again. Well, I should revamp the joke. The joke used to be baseball is not fun again in Minnesota because it's cold outside.
It's not that cold.
But it's not that cold. So why are they not playing baseball, James?
Exactly. That's what I want to know.
Do you have an answer for that?
They played in Arizona.
Did
Yeah,
they-
the Arizona Fall League. That's over.
That's over now?
I'm pretty sure it's over.
There's no daytime sports anymore. I hate this.
Oh, boy.
But-
Do we have any Twins news?
Oh, so much Twins news. There's
Or-
never-ending
Or should we just
stream of Twins news.
or should we just move
constantly.
on?
I mean, C-Dubs wanted to talk a little bit about this, but I mean, I think
Yeah.
we mentioned it last week about kind of like the Twins are expected to kind of cut payroll a bit after a very successful season. And I think we just heard that one of their longtime scouts is getting let go.
He's been there for almost 20 years, and they're getting rid of him, and he's brought only the pitchers who've ever done things for us to the team,
Well, that's
especially
not
from
good.
independent leagues. Like,
Is this
that's
the,
unfortunate
is
that
this
he's going to be gone.
the Polag kids that are making this decision? Is the person
Yes.
So is the how old is the person? Maybe they are looking at retirement age, or are they actually moving on? Is this person still working?
Yeah.
Because they
They're moving on from them. That's not that they want to. I don't think they can't afford him or don't want to pay the scout anymore
oh no.
Maybe.
because
The
he's good,
scouts-
so he deserves
Those
money.
are some good points, though. Maybe
Like
But yeah, I've never thought
Maybe
of what
we
you
don't
said.
know
That
the
is
whole
that is
story.
fair. If those are true, yeah.
if they've been around for such a long time, there's a chance that they're looking at moving on. Now that the kids are taking care of the team, it's like, well, the kids are taking care of it now. We better
You know what I think happened?
jump ship before.
I think he wore the wrong shoes, and when they talked to him last, and they looked at him and went, "Oh, he's got to go."
Have you heard that story?
I've not.
they don't like shoes.
There's a friend that has met the Pohlads, and that friend had mentioned that the first thing that they look at is your shoes. to see if you are worthy to talk to or not.
Wow.
And
Right.
said friend was wearing, I think, Converse when they met them, and was very disappointed at the look he got from the pull ads.
Sounds like very nice people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hate them.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to talk to them anyway.
Yeah. Who
Fuck
knows?
them.
And that's not the only story that we've heard them. I've heard that story from somebody else before too.
Yeah.
That's
Then
thing.
we've got that they never go to the games. We've heard that too. Like, how do you own a baseball team and never attend a game?
I mean, there's hot dogs there.
How do you do that?
There's Cracker Jacks.
They don't have dome dogs anymore, though.
That's
They're not in the
bullshit.
dome.
But they've got so much food, like different types of food. Have you been to the Target field, Mike? Oh yeah, we went for your
Yeah.
fucking bachelor party.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
ever do that?
Have you ever done
They
that?
have like 20
I've been there several
restaurants,
times.
Restaurants even.
Yeah.
Restaurants?
like
Yeah.
restaurants.
Like
Like
they serve
Living
food?
restaurants.
Remember Kirby? Remember Kirby Puckett and Kent Herbeck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever heard of them?
They have restaurants
Named
the
after them.
stadium,
Like
named after them.
Puckett's
Yeah.
and Herbecks?
Yeah.
When I
something
used-
like that. Yeah.
I used to live down the street from the stadium. I would sometimes
Yeah.
go buy the cheapest ticket possible and just go in and eat food and leave.
See?
Exactly.
I've done that. I've literally done that numerous
See?
times.
You can do that.
You must
Everybody
really
does
love those
that.
restaurants.
Oh man.
They are
Dude,
the best.
they got a special Pizza Luce pizza you can only get there.
I don't know if the pull heads know what they're missing out on.
We should mention,
Yeah.
too, quickly, I did see that Joe Mauer is a Hall of Fame candidate.
Whoa.
One of 12. And
Ooh.
then Torrey Hunter's a carryover from last year.
Oh,
I believe,
that's
on the
neat.
ballot,
Tori
so-
needs it.
Yeah.
Tori.
I wonder.
Oh, for sure.
They deserve it.
Does it seem like a competitive class?
I don't know. I didn't see the other
Didn't see other
names.
names?
No,
Okay.
no.
What if
Yeah.
two twins went in at the same
Oh,
time?
that'd
We
be
can put a
amazing.
pin in that.
That would be something that the Hall of Fame place people would do. You know, they'd be like, let's get
Yeah.
the two
You ever
twins
put pins in things?
in it right now.
Twins.
Get them out of the way.
Twins.
Twins. Oh, yeah. I can already see it.
Yeah.
One of them's the one person, like they do the handshaking, the two twins, the characters. And
Because
they can do a handshaking.
Oh, Minnie and
Over the river.
St.
Yeah.
Paul
Minnie
or
and
whatever.
Paul.
Yeah, they
Minnie and
can
Paul, yeah.
they can make that in real life.
Wow.
Oh man,
I would love
I
that.
think.
Are they hiring writers for
Oh man,
their,
they should.
their
baseball?
Hall of Fame sketch? Yeah.
They should cut the check.
Mm.
Cut the check.
Hmm.
FuzzJock Radio.
The NBA theme, here's an idea. It goes like this.
FuzzJock Radio.
In basketball news, the Timberwolves are 9-3, and they're number one.
Number one.
Number one in their conference. Ant and Towns and
And
Crew and Gobert. I was going to say
and
Crew.
Kyle Anderson and
Nas Reed.
Nas
Reed and Sean Conley.
Yeah, they're all doing great.
There's only
Mike
one
Conley.
team in the NBA
Sean
that's
Connery.
better than
Yeah.
What team is that?
them. I just saw what it was. Let me look at.
Like Sean
it
Conley.
is-
Did they win tonight too? That's another question.
The Wolves won tonight also.
They're so good.
The Celtics.
So they're-
Celtics are the only team. They have one more win than the Twins. The Timberwolves.
The Timberwolves are 10-3 then. If they
Yeah.
won tonight.
They may not lose ever again.
10-3.
Oh boy,
Wow.
you guys ready for Timberwolves championship at the end of the season tonight? This season
And a Viking Super Bowl.
and a
Yep.
Viking Super Bowl.
And a Twins World Series.
We have a lot to prepare for.
Whoa.
Maybe we're the true apocalypse. The sports apocalypse.
That'd be something.
It was us all along.
That's probably what they
Do
say
you guys
in
think
other
the
like
apocalypse is near?
when in other states when they have a podcast that's like ours.
Yeah.
They talk about
Yeah.
Minnesota being.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We're the Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah.
We're the
of
Philadelphia
other
to the rest of the
places. Yeah.
Oh,
We're the
wow.
anti-Philadelphia.
I think you're right.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we're onto something. guys.
Anti-Phil. We're anti-Phil.
It might be worth it to bring in the apocalypse if the Wild get a Stanley Cup. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
Now,
Wild need
how
a
would we
Stanley
get the
Cup.
Stanley Cup? I guess we could steal it.
Should we move on? to
Oh,
hockey?
Charles.
Sorry. No, I'm just kidding. I like this team. We're not there yet. We'll talk about that when we get there. But the Wolves, man. Wolves are on fire.
Wolves are just so good.
Yeah, they're so good that we should move on to hockey.
They're number one. What else can you say?
Yeah, nothing else.
Did you hear about the like statistic of how Ant knocked down a ball that like is almost scientifically impossible how he did it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a block.
Like the
Wizardry.
height, speed, and distance he reached in all of it is like it's
Yeah,
like
one
wait,
of his
he
blocks
did
was,
that? That's
like-
not what?
What do you call it? Trigonometry, almost physically impossible. Physics,
Yeah.
you know, and trigonometry and all the maths and stuff. You know that stuff because you have to.
It was
run.
superhuman.
Yeah,
It was-
Potter-esque, as they'd say, right?
Potter.
No, we don't say
Yeah,
that.
No.
Harry Potter-esque.
No, fuck that shit.
He said it was.
Whoa, wait a
wizard.
minute.
Like
No, we can say
We've had a
wizardry.
player who's grown a foot.
Oh, wizardry
yeah,
is
yeah.
so
Had a
much
player
more.
who's flown a foot.
I don't know what's going on anymore. We're actually talking about hockey now. We're moved on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Timberwolves
I'm
are number
so
one.
obsessed with
The
Wolves.
Wild. The Wild. How are we doing?
But yes, hockey. I still like this Wild team. I wanted to say that. I don't care how bad they're doing. I like a lot of these players, and I'm just happy that there's at least hockey to watch, even when it's bad.
Yeah, I know that the Wild are extremely strapped from a financial perspective. They have dead money
Yes,
from
Suter and
Parisi and
Parisi.
Suter buyouts.
Oof.
And this year and next year are going to be the worst in terms of trying
Yep.
to add to the team. But even without that ability, you still have Kaprizov, Boldy, Zuccarello, Eriksson. You have a lot of good players, and they showed last year that they're capable of a lot.
And they're young. Most of them are very young.
Yeah, I mean, Kaprizov is 26. He's got several years of his prime left. And yeah, you do have, a fair number of guys kind of entering into their 30s, but still, the types of players that those guys are, you can still be very productive for several years. And I mean, look at Zuccarello. He's 36 years old. He's leading the team. He's over a point a game, and he hasn't slowed down. He's gotten better since coming to Minnesota when he was about 32 years old, and him matching up with Kaprizov is really good. But they were just in Sweden, unfortunately, had 2 losses, one in a shootout, one in overtime.
They were in Sweden?
They were in Sweden for the Global
Wow.
Series, the NHL Global Series. So the Senators, Red Wings, Maple Leafs, and Wild were all there, and
What-
each played 2 games.
What time did they play?
Oh, it was early.
Yep,
For Sweden time or for our time?
for our time.
Our time.
Yeah.
Oh.
So on the West Coast, C-Dubs was saying that the Sunday game, he got up to watch, and it was like 7:30 Central, so 5:30 Pacific.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's early.
I woke up and
That's
listened to
before
it in
Saturday
bed,
morning
just laying
cartoons.
there.
I do remember when the NFL was over in London, it was kind of like that too. So,
Yeah. But still
It's funny
pretty.
to wake up that early to not watch it though, like to literally just listen to it. Like, I was
Yeah.
just like, I'd close my eyes every once in a while and like start watching in my brain, like, okay, this move over
I'm
here. Like,
envisioning.
I'm gonna fall asleep. I have to stay awake.
Envisioning
very
that.
fun.
But no, I'm with you, Charlie. I think that this team has some good bones, and they have the ability to turn it around. They just got to fix a few things. But I'm going to stay optimistic, and hopefully, I mean, it's a long season, so hopefully they can flip it around here pretty quick.
Yeah.
And we've had some pretty
It's a good take.
stinky, like stinkers for opening parts of a season before. So I mean, this is not unheard of for them to flip this around. Like by fucking New Year's, they could completely change. you
Right.
know?
So last year, great example. I mean, the first several games of the season, we gave up so many goals. I think the first 2 games, 7 goals each. And then they ended up, coming out with 100-plus points at the end of the year. The tricky thing is, though, statistically, I think it's about 75% of teams that are in playoff position by U.S. Thanksgiving are making the playoffs. So there's not a lot of room for error, and we are well outside of the playoff position right now with only a few days before Thanksgiving. So statistically, it's not looking great, but you're right.
But luckily,
we've seen this team do it
This is
before.
not just about stats.
Yeah,
you know?
that is true. That is true.
Because a major team could lose a star player on injury, and next thing you know, that team drops down, and
Yeah, well, and our guy,
anything can happen.
several of our top guys are underperforming right now, which bodes well for us because if they turn it around, the team turns it around.
Yep. So I'm hopeful as well.
Why can't we talk about other topics?
Other topics. Do we I think we're before Fuzzy Memory Trivia is up. Come here. We're at other topics section, which means that is there anything else? Is there anything that we didn't talk about before we get to the end of the episode that we haven't covered, guys?
Well, there is the one thing I did want to bring up. Micah, didn't you win or Spartan tournament or get second in one of them in the last year?
Yeah.
Since we seen you last?
Yeah, so...
You didn't bring that up in the very beginning of the episode?
No, I said I was running races and...
running.
I guess
running.
Don't worry, I'm here. I'm here to do that for you.
I guess that was not professional of me.
On purpose.
No.
Like, I should have followed up. Oh, how are your races going?
They are going well.
Thank you, C-Dubs.
Yeah, so from a Spartan racing perspective... did snag 4 elite podiums this year, which is pretty exciting. 2 second places, 2 third places, 2 seconds down in Houston in March, and then just recently in Dallas, got 2 third places. So, yeah, pretty good. And I won some local trail races and a local OCR, so it's been a good year, but having lots of fun and staying healthy, not getting injured, which is most important because that can really set you back.
Just like we were talking about in hockey.
Yeah, exactly.
What are Spartan races?
Spartan is obstacle course racing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Nice. You weren't here.
Yeah, he wasn't here. So I gave a bit of a background on it in the first episode.
Okay. Well, I'll
refresh our memory.
Yeah, so Spartan racing is, there's a sport side of it, and then there's kind of the mass participation side. Mm-hmm. From the sport side of it, you imagine trail running, right? So running through the woods and up and down hills. There are mountain races. So gnarly terrain you're running through, and throughout the course they have different obstacles. Jumping over walls, crawling under barbed wire, carrying sandbags, going through monkey bars or other rigs, climbing ropes, things like that. So it's a sport in itself where, it's a foot race, but you have those obstacles in the way, and it's not running on the road. So terrain's always gnarly and varied, which is cool. And then on the mass participation side, there are a lot of people, thousands of people who show up every weekend that they have one just to accomplish something. So they're not going for a place or a trophy. They're just there to, make it through from one side to the other.
And get a personal best.
Yeah, exactly. And, for some people, 13 miles and 35 obstacles seems like it's absolutely impossible, but you see people of all shapes, sizes, backgrounds go out there and do it. Yeah, you say that now, but you never know. So it's cool to see that side too, but also fun to compete in it as well.
You also helped inspire our friend Jordan Carr, who's been a guest on this Hest on this show, to run a marathon even. So you kind of passing on the athleticness to friends of yours even.
Yeah, so it was a half marathon, and I inspired him by beating him in a bet in fantasy football. But I guess one way or the other did inspire him, and his reveal at the draft party was pretty amazing because I didn't think he did it, and then he showed up with a video documenting his half marathon struggle. It was pretty amazing. Yeah,
good for him.
He was last place the whole time. Yeah, I'm so proud of him because I would have just quit.
Jordan, if you're out there, we're proud of you.
Yes. Yeah, kudos, Jordan.
We won't tell you that in person though.
I got one more bit to bring up.
Okay.
But you should play the other sports sounder.
Oh, okay. I didn't have that ready. Here we go. We'll get that ready.
Every day.
You guys ready to go to other sports?
Ready? Love to.
Ping pong, for sure.
Is pickleball skiing?
What is the highest level of car racing called?
Curling.
Other sports? Acro yoga?
Agro yoga?
Acro, like acrobatic.
It is a fusion of tennis, ping pong, and badminton.
What sport starts with a tip-off?
Basketball.
Nope, incorrect. Other sports?
It's a very social game.
Fight each other to the death.
Like NFTs or something.
You have to hit the ball.
Other sports topics?
So are there multiple major leagues?
I went to a soccer game in Dallas, in Paris, in California, in England.
Go up to a soccer game and be in the supporters section.
Teach them how to play pickleball.
Why not?
Free lessons when I come up.
How many clubs can a golfer have in their bag?
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. Might as well tune out now because I don't have another sports button yet. Other sports. What's up, C-Dubs? What What are you
So
so
in our
excited about?
Taylor Swift sports section,
Oh yeah.
which we always have to
again.
get to,
More Taylor Swift.
Part two of the Taylor Swift sports section. It was revealed on Travis Kelce's podcast how they got to, or on, no, actually, it was on an interview how they met.
Oh, they did.
Which
they
was
revealed how they met.
They
It was
finally revealed how they met.
Is that a Twins game? No.
No, it was that she played Arrowhead, and her cousins or something, or nieces or nephews were taking pictures in the locker room where she was. Her locker room.
Kirk,
and they were taking pictures in front of his locker. And that was his in.
Kirk Cousins.
What?
Was at Taylor Swift's.
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce.
I heard
Lou Dobbs.
I heard you say cousins.
Yeah.
No, Kelce. Oh,
He said
her cousins. I'm sorry. Yes, I get you now. I get you.
her
No,
cousins
her
or
cousins
niece-
is family.
Her cousins, not Kirk Cousins. Oh, I thought Kirk
Her family associates.
Hey,
Yeah, and
you were
then-
doing good on the professionalism
and then
front,
he
but
played-
you're slipping.
And they played the song Higher.
Yeah. By Creed.
By Creed. And Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were at the concert. And
they held hands.
They held
for
hands.
the first time by accident, and we're like, maybe we should date.
That's so great.
None of this is true.
No, I'm sorry, C-Dubs. So
And one time
Taylor
they ordered
Swift's-
pizza together.
Taylor Swift's cousins.
That happened for
No,
sure.
it didn't.
Yeah, I thought so.
They've
Yeah.
never eaten pizza.
No, they did
Basically-
once.
Together, and they held
Sometimes
I don't believe
another time.
Basically, they her family members are fans of his, and so then they were taking pictures with the locker. That was like kind of his in to be like, oh, hey, I am that person. And then they got to meet, and then they got to doing more than meeting.
Yeah.
More than meeting. What does that mean?
They ordered
yeah.
a pizza
More
once.
than a meeting.
Coffee,
More than
coffee,
a meeting.
movies, cigarette, hot tub.
Kelsey better not be smoking cigarettes. He's a football player. How bad? She's not.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's a bad influence on Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a singer. She shouldn't be smoking either. Yeah,
she
that's
shouldn't
right.
be
That's
around that secondhand smoke.
She's smoking something.
You know. Did you guys hear? I have other news here.
Do
Oh.
you? Well.
You guys ready to go to other sports?
Oh no, not other sports. I'm sorry.
What did you do?
Gonna say you're gonna play that whole sounder again.
Why can't we talk?
No, I'm professional.
You guys switch
I
topics.
have another topic. I have another topic.
Yeah.
I know they ever played this. No, it's not Smash Brothers though.
It could be.
It could be. Do you have Smash Brothers news this week?
No.
Okay, no, we don't. Did you hear that Snoop Dogg posted that he's done smoking? And then a day later...
Well, smoking.
Sorry.
Oh, don't send me...
Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Oh, man.
Keep going.
He posted that he wasn't smoking.
He's done smoking, and everybody was having a connection. They're like, is that a good word to say? I'm sorry, but that's not a good word.
Why is that not a good word?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Sometimes I don't know the history of words when I say them. I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Well,
maybe that's not
yeah,
a good
some old words.
If you're saying anything that you didn't mean, it was unintentional. So,
But everyone was throwing tantrums. Is that a good one?
No, we'll put a...
I don't know.
Let's put a pin in it. Pin it up to the
Put that
board.
word. We'll look at
pin in
we'll
the
look up
topic, and then we're gonna
conniption
wait
and
until
see if
we
that's a bad
actually
word
talk
or
to
not,
you.
okay? We'll put it up.
There we go. A pin in it. Put a pin in it.
But Snoop Dogg said that he was quitting smoking, and everybody was having a tantrum on the social media. They're like, "Oh my God, did you see that?" And I got 3 messages from people. 3 separate people sent me a message saying, "Did you see that the news that Snoop Dogg's done smoking?" And I read the article, and it totally said that he posted, and I looked it up, and on his social media it said that he's done smoking. Oh man, Snoop Dogg done smoking. The next day he posted, he said, "Done smoking. Please respect my privacy."
Yeah.
The next day he said,
JK, psych.
I'm not. I'm not done smoking. I was high.
He was
just stoned.
some people thought that he was about to drop a gummy or something, you know, as a marketing ploy. Like, oh, I'm done smoking, and then he'd be like, I'm taking.
I thought he was
going
to drop a like a smokeless like thing or Like a
Maybe.
smokeless grill or some shit. I thought there was going to be some advertising.
I thought that
technique.
too. That's what I came back at. I'm like, all it says is that he's done smoking. Maybe he's gonna have like some edible thing.
Yeah.
And there was no. He just said that he was too stoned and he's not.
Did you guys hear? I think it was about a year ago. Mike Tyson was about to drop or did drop some ear-shaped gummies.
Oh yeah,
He did.
Yeah.
we talked about it on our podcast.
They are out. You
Ear-shaped?
can get them.
Ear-shaped gummies.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know
because
that.
With the bite taken out of them.
Because he bites ears, you know?
I didn't know that.
We talked about it on our
talked
show.
about that on our show.
Probably.
I'll have to look that
Yeah.
up. I'll have to check out the podcast.
That's when he did that fight. Was
Oh,
I think
man.
advertising for those gummies.
Wow.
When we got those amazing quotes from him for the show.
Oh wow. Did you know that Mike Tyson has smoke wraps out that are $4.99 a piece? Just one wrap is $4.99.
I don't know, but I feel like Mike Tyson should pay us for advertising now because we just
we're
promoted two of his
We
products.
are not sponsored. Mike Tyson, we've been talking positively about you
Yeah, just
over the years. And you should, maybe throw us some money. But we're not sponsored. Actually,
you can
no,
go to
don't do
our
that.
Patreon.
Go to Fuzz Talk. Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson should go to our Patreon.
No, I don't have a Patreon.
Mike Tyson should make a Patreon for us.
Mike Tyson.
And fund it.
Listen.
Yes.
Listen, if you want us...
This is the best idea.
One donor.
If you want us to keep going, just go to Mike Tyson. If you want us to keep on going and have this wonderful professional podcast keep running, just go to fuzztalkshop.com and buy yourself a t-shirt. That would be the biggest support ever.
Yeah.
If Mike Tyson wore a Fuzz Talk Radio or a FuzzJockRadio t-shirt to one of his matches.
Because we want him to feel cozy while he's making our Patreon.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't he not want to be cozy while making our Patreon?
It's the easiest way to make a Patreon, I'm sure. I've never done
He could
it.
even get the world champion hoodie to tell everyone that he's been a world champion.
I would like that. I would like that a lot. Well, with that, I think we should move on to...
Oh, wait. How does this song go again? Oh, yeah. Memory.
This is Fuzzy Memory Trivia. This is when I ask the Hess a question, and they answer the question with answer.
Mm-hmm.
And then if the answer is correct, they get a point.
I
And
give
if the
most of
answer
them.
is incorrect, they get 0 points.
Can you go over the rules again? I'm not sure I'm following.
Okay, so if I'm going to
You
ask a
ever
question,
do a trivia?
What do I do then?
and then you answer the question with an answer.
Oh, with an answer.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Got it.
And
Whoever's
if-
fastest.
If the answer is correct, you get a point. And
Right.
if the answer is incorrect, you get 0 points, which is we determined is a point. So don't feel bad if you get 0 points.
Okay.
Because it is a point. Like
Everyone gets a trophy.
a 0 is not really.
No, they're
We
points.
don't. They're just points.
We don't have trophies.
And
Oh,
we don't
well.
really remember what the score. Do you guys remember what the score was?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
I never forget.
Yeah. Cedos, do you remember what the score is?
I know that James is in the lead.
James is in the
like
lead.
6 probably.
And
Maybe 7.
Yeah, so we'll start.
It's
We'll
rocking.
start this off. Okay.
We'll start 0, 0, and 1. How about that?
And we will. And your points are added to the other Hess points.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do you remember what
So
the
I'm on a
other
team.
Hess points are? You probably
4.
do. Oh, it's 4. Okay.
I
So
know. Sure.
Hess,
so he's leading.
The other Hess have 4. James has 3, and C-Dubs has 1.
I thought you had 6.
All right.
6? You had 6?
There's a lot of
Oh
discrepancies.
man.
But I never forget.
Let's just start. Let's try this again, okay, guys?
Oh, wait.
Okay.
How does this song go again? Oh, yeah. Memory.
This is Fuzzy Memory Trivia, and this is when I, the Hest of Fuzzy Memory Trivia, ask questions to the other Hess, and then the other Hess will answer the question with either an incorrect or a correct answer. And if it's incorrect, they get 0 points, which is actually a point. And if they get it correct, they get 1 point. They don't get any negative points. Here we go.
They're positive.
And the scores will be determined
someday.
Which sport is played on the largest field in terms of area?
Cricket.
Football.
Rugby.
Polo.
Canadian football.
Polo.
Oh.
Who has won? I wonder if it's polo because, like, with
the
water,
horses.
you're up and down as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's part of the, I don't know, maybe.
That's water polo.
Oh, yeah, that is water polo. It doesn't say water polo.
Yeah, this is regular
horses.
polo, like the Ralph Lauren version.
Horses. Okay, that makes sense. Who won the most Formula One World Championships?
Mario Andretti. I don't know.
And yeah, that's the answer.
Michael Schumacher
Alpo.
and Lewis Hamilton. They are tied as of 2023.
Lewis Hamilton? How did I not get that?
How many players are there in a rugby team?
9.
11.
13. In baseball, what is a perfect game?
It's a
No
shutout.
hits,
No hits,
no walks, no runs.
walks.
Okay.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah. Y'all got a point there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay.
What's the score?
1-1.
It's a game without errors.
Which female tennis player has won the most Grand Slams titles?
Billie Jean King.
Serena Williams.
Margaret Court. How many titles?
Oh, of course. She's
13.
12.
24. What is
Whoa.
it?
Margaret Court plays
great
tennis.
questions.
It was meant to be.
Which basketball player scored the most points in a single NBA game?
Billy Court.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Wilt Chamberlain. And how many points?
100.
84.
100. And
Wow.
that was...
I said that.
He said it first.
Oh.
I was going to say more things, but I stopped.
Wait, how does this song go
Micah
again?
wins.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
As always.
Micah is a professional over here.
Trivia.
And
Athlete, pro-human.
Fuzzy Memory
Pathetic.
Trivia brings us to the end of the episode. Did you guys know that the end of the episode is denoted
Brought to you by
the Fuzzy
Fuzzy
Memory
Trivia.
Trivia. Yeah. The end of the episode brought to you by Fuzzy Memory Trivia. That's exactly it. Yep.
That's our
how
only
it goes.
sponsor.
That's how it goes. So, James, how's your week looking?
It's the holidays coming up.
Yep.
He's going to go eat some turkeys and some potatoes and the mashed kind and lots of other kinds of potatoes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm going to try to save potatoes as much as I can.
C-dubs? How's your week looking?
I'm going to have multiple Thanksgiving meals.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Whoa, dude!
As many as I can.
I should try to get more than one.
Micah.
I don't know.
Micah,
One is
what
a
about
lot,
you?
though.
Professional Micah.
Professional Micah. I have.
ProMike.
When are you coming back?
When you coming back, what do you got going on?
I'll come back whenever you want me to come back.
Okay.
So my brother and his family are up from Texas. So we're doing Thanksgiving at my parents', and I'm doing my second annual Black Friday skate where I rent some ice and skate with a bunch of my hockey friends, and it's a chance for my dad and my brother to play with me, which we don't get to do ever.
Cool.
So it'll be a fun
Fantastic.
week, yeah.
My nephew's into hockey.
I love that.
You were telling me that the other night.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome. I
yeah.
love it.
I took him to practice today. He didn't want to go.
Speaking of, has Owen
way.
been any of the practices?
I don't know what he looks. I don't know what your nephew looks like.
Okay.
How's your week looking, Fuzzy?
Yeah, I just want to tell this story real quick.
Okay.
So I get over to my sister's house, and the boy is crying. He doesn't want to go to hockey. He's 8. I think I can talk about this, right? Is it okay to talk about this? He's 8, and he didn't want to go to hockey because he didn't have any free time. He used up all of his free time. What he was upset about is that he's used up all of his free time to build this building blocks thing, and it fell down at the very end of it, and it was a waste of time.
Oh,
because it wasn't constructed, and now he has to go to hockey, and the schedule is really tight, and he was just upset. And his mother, my sister, was trying her hardest to get him to put his stuff on, and he would not do it. Don't want to go to hockey. Well, you're gonna have to call your dad and tell him why you don't want to go to hockey, and he's gonna be really mad and blah blah blah. And so he's got himself locked in his room, and Uncle Justin goes over and says, "Yo, I'm here to take you to hockey, bro. Let's go to hockey. Let's do this." And I don't know exactly what I said, but the tears dried up. And his mother left before the tears drove. And I'm like, oh man, what am I going to do with a crying kid? I told him, I do kind of remember, I told him, hockey is going to let you forget about all the things that you're worried about right now. Once you get on that ice, it's going to be all about hockey. And hockey's life, man. Remember how much you love hockey and how you get off the ice and you're just always happy and you just love what just happened and you love it, right? Right? You love it, right? Oh yeah, I love it. And we'll get a big bag of Skittles afterwards.
You should have led with that.
That's amazing,
man.
No, I didn't.
If I know kids, man, you just say that and then that's done.
I didn't have to. I got them going, and we got out of the house, and went to hockey, and then we went and got candy afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't have to use the candy. It was a really cool thing. Yeah, I'm really happy to be part of it. And I have to like tighten up his skates, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, man, I hope that when you become a college professional hockey player, I'm still in your corner, and I'm just like here to help you. Like here's your towel, dude. You know, like I'm just thinking I'm in his corner, and it's really awesome. And I got
he'll remember.
Yeah, and then we always go and get candy afterwards, and yeah, it's just.
I'm make
really
sure
happy.
he turns into the Marshawn Lynch of NHL, so that when he scores a goal, you dump Skittles on him.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Thanksgiving, family stuff, hockey, ballet, all that jazz.
I didn't know you were a dancer.
Yeah, my I'm not. My niece is. I think that's it. You guys ready to go?
I'm out.
Happy holidays to everyone.
See ya.
Got to go to bed.
If you're in the Mankato area, I'll be the Sasquatch waving at you during the holiday lights.
Amazing.
Thank you for tuning in. If you would like to support, head on over to our shop, FuzzTalkShop.com. That's FuzzTalkShop.com. Buy yourself a hoodie or t-shirt. We even have mugs and stickers. From all of us over at Fuzz Talk Radio, we appreciate your support.